Welcome. What is going on? Sorry for the delay. I was having a bit of internet troubles with my MacBook, but I am here. Thank you for joining us on a Swoop must be having a HSP. I wish I had some pies, and you know that I'm not a big pie fan. The food, I'm more of a sausage roll guy, but we're here. I've got a coffee, and we're ready to go. So welcome to a fan cam. I'm just gonna Yeah, no, that's perfect. Welcome to a fan cam mid season. We'll be talking about the pies, obviously. We'll talk about everything else that's going on in the AFL world as well, but mainly the pies mid season. What's going on? What's going on, Noah? Appreciate it. Thanks for joining. Um, we've got the link down there to the stream. So if you want to jump on, say what you thought about the game. Awesome. Bit of footy. What's going on, mate? Manny, he's back. Manny, I want to get you on as well, man. Um, that'll be good, Manny, if you can jump on. Let's answer some questions first, then we'll start getting some people on. We'll start down the bottom. So, health wise first. Liam says, how you feeling, Swoop? Symptom free? Yes, I tested negative to COVID. So on Wednesday, I tested positive, and I was feeling really, really down. Had so much planned, and then obviously the Monday's game, so I didn't get to go to that. So no vlog from that game, and that winning feeling of being the reigning premiers. I didn't get that either. So very disappointed. But I tested negative today. Went out to dinner, and yeah, it's all good, all good. All right, I saw another good one here. Damon Badger says, "How good has Murphy been since returning?" Murphy has been. He really solidifies that back line. And look, he's not the full back that we're crying out for. He's not Jordan Roughhead, the full back. But I think what he does is obviously we have so much confidence in him that he lets Darcy Moore and he lets Jeremy Howe play how they want to play. Well, they still got to defend those big defenders because we don't have the big forwards because we don't have a big defender there. At least having Nathan Murphy there, you trust him more than you do Imagine. And I'm a big fan of Imagine and what he's able to do, albeit, he has his negative factors, with all players do. But Nathan Murphy is definitely a higher step up from there. And I thought he wasn't going to get on the park, Murphy, with all the injuries that he gets. And the one thing I love about him and hate about him, and I do hate it about him, is that when he goes hard, he goes hard. And I love that about him. But he has to protect himself because there were times where he was just putting his body on the line, which we love. But I'd rather see him on the park and not doing that stuff all the time than seeing him do that stuff and then get knocked the hell out. But I saw another one. Oh, here. Tom Morris says Kelly could end up at Essendon with his brother. So obviously, Will Kelly's brother, Jake Kelly, went from Adelaide to Essendon. Yeah, look, Kelly is a weird he's an anomaly because he could be a really good defender. I don't think he's a forward. He could be a really good defender, but he just can't get on the park. And when he is, he's not putting up that many good VFL games. So we have to see a little bit more consistent. Excuse me, a little bit more consistency, a little better injury wise as well. But fingers crossed. Look, I don't want him to go to Essendon because having a Kelly back in the black and white is amazing. But yeah. Another one, Rick says, hey, so McCreery took his game to another level along with a lot of others. Yeah, I thought McCreery's game against Melbourne was the best game he's played for the club. And I messaged him that as well when I tagged him in that post that I made about him today. But yeah, I think it was his best game for the club. And, it looked like he was carrying an injury, and you asked a couple of people on Twitter and stuff, and we talk about it a little bit. It did look like he was carrying maybe a shoulder injury for the last few weeks before. The last few weeks before he had that week off. So he's come back, and his pace yesterday, Monday, was phenomenal. Just everything about him was just so good, and exactly what we want from McCreery. Look, keep those questions coming because I will go I will go back up and check it out. But we're going to start getting people on to talk about it. And someone that we haven't had on since last year is ready to go. I can see him clapping because I know that he knows that it's him. All right, let's bring in Manny. Hey, yo, mate.
Hey, brother. Hey, you bro, buddy?
He's back.
Haven't seen you for a while, bro. What's happening?
Yeah, it's been crazy. Now that we're out of lockdown, it's because I live so far from the city. I live like 50-minute drive from the city. So by the time I get home, it's midnight, and I'm like, oh, no one's gonna want to jump on cams at midnight. But we got you. How you been?
We jump on 24/7, bro. Don't worry. How good's Collingwood, bro? I told you last year we're gonna come up, mate. We're playing some luscious footy. Hey, run and gun, mate. He's got us humming. McCreery's got us humming, mate.
Yeah, you were saying that a lot last year as well. That you can see that we are built. We can build on what our season was. Yeah.
Yeah. How good's the Dacos boys, bro? Dacos to Dacos, right? Handball into Chris into 50, bang! What a fucking we're playing some good footy, bro. Don't worry, we're loving it, mate.
So what do you feel? Because we haven't spoken since last year. So what do you feel about? Obviously, we're playing good footy and fly and stuff. What do you feel about the direction of the club from where we were to where we are now?
Whole different club, boy. Whole different club, right?
Yeah.
We're not kicking the ball back. We're not handballing backwards. The pressure's not coming to us. We're going diagonally, right? Then we're going straight down the middle, right? And our game comes off our pressure, right? So when we pressure that we get the ball off them, right? Then boom, 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 we're gone like rockets. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, 100%.
So that's and our young boys are coming on, right? All our young boys are coming on now, right? I reckon. Right? If we keep bringing pressure like that, right, we'll give it to any team, anytime.
Yeah, that's exactly what we want. And speaking of that, we've won 4 in a row, which is great. We've fucked up Carlton, which is
West Coast
really good.
West Coast, we fucked up bad. Only smashed my TV. Geelong only smashed my TV. Right? I'm telling you, right? We win those 2 games. We're top 4 easy.
Yeah, I look, and that's the thing. Like I've been saying in my.
What about your vlogs, bro? What about your vlogs? They've been fucking amazing. I've been watching them, mate. Yeah, you got me up and about one day. Which game was it? The Hawthorn game? The Carlton game, I think it was.
Yeah, I went nuts on that. Carlton game. That's for sure, man.
Yeah, when you saw Terry, he was shitting himself.
I want to talk about how we've won 4 in a row, and we have lost a couple that we should have probably won. And if we had our time again, we don't lose those games to Geelong, and we don't lose that game to West Coast. But what do you think about the second half of the season? Do you think that the way we're playing, finals are not a lock, but they're looking pretty good?
Put it this way: we beat GWS at home. Right, we beat Gold Coast. We beat them already, right? And we pumped North Melbourne, get a percentage booster, and we're in the top 4. I'm telling you. And from there, anything's possible. Because our senior players, they played finals, right? If they lift in the finals, and our young players get up and about, right? We're in with a chance, bro. But if we don't, who cares? Next year we'll build again.
And that's exactly right. That's what I'm
saying.
You
know what, bro? Let me tell you something. Hey, the boy we picked up, Josh Carmichael, I've watched him play here up the road at Westies, right? Westies, and I'll tell you, this boy is a gun. He's a gun, bro. He bombs them from 60. I've watched him play up the road here where I live in South Australia, right? And also I've watched Johnson, Ash Johnson play at Sturt. My godfather lives around the court. My godfather lives across the road from Sturt. I've watched him play. He's a gun as well. If them 2 boys come up, right, we're going to have some action going on like you haven't seen for a long time. We're going to get up and about, and we're going to start making teams shit themselves. The way we are operating at the moment and the way we're moving the ball, teams are getting scared of us, bro. I'm telling you, that's Collingwood butter. We were playing some Collingwood fucking footy, bro.
Look, actually,
Hey, you're loving it, huh?
I want to ask you a question because you're saying that we're playing, exciting footy and stuff like that, and
And you know what? Hey, the reason why I started supporting Collingwood was when I was young. I used to watch Peter Dacos, right? And Peter Dacos made me fall in love with Collingwood. Now to see his two sons operating, right?
Amazing.
Operating like absolute units. I reckon they're having garlic sauce before the game, right? They're playing some footy that's unbelievable, bro. That Nick Dacos, he's gonna be an absolute superstar, bro. The way he operates in the half back line, he's just busting the game open, bro.
Yeah, he's played, and he's only played what 13 games or something ridiculous like that.
Yeah, he's a gun. He's an absolute gun, bro. I watch him closely. I watch the replay of Melbourne and Collingwood. Fucking hell, the way he operates, bro, and the way he moves, right? It's fucking unbelievable.
Yeah, he is an absolute gun. Look,
what do you reckon? What do you reckon? What can we achieve this year?
Man, look, I said on Twitter yesterday, and I said it on Instagram, that I think that the football that we're playing at the moment is just as exciting as 2011 when we were just smashing teams. Look, it's not as consistent, and we're not coming off a premiership, and we're going to drop games and quarters and stuff like that. But I haven't been this excited, and we played off in a premiership a couple of years ago, but I haven't been this excited for Collingwood since that 2011 season when I thought we were going to go back to back. That's the kind of my stomach.
You need to get a doctor's appointment. You need a new voice box, man. Every time you go to the games, you lose your voice, bro. You go right on with it, bro. I've seen you lose it, man. You love it, mate.
Oh man, like, even the other day, I was by myself watching the game, and I was just yelling at the TV, and then I jumped on Instagram Live, and I couldn't speak. I lost my voice. I just fucking.
You're a full-blown supporter, bro. You love it. Yeah, you love it. You're thick, black and white, mate.
I'm a nothing.
Oh, you're a nothing, mate. I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you one more question before let other boys get on, other people get on. Yeah. One more question. Now I'm worried about Grundy coming back, bro. Right? Because he's gonna interrupt our sit show. Rob, since Cox has been put in the midfield, he's been playing better. Now I'm worried about Grundy coming back, whether that's gonna interrupt our movement. What do you reckon?
Yeah. I think that Grundy needs to come back in, but I think that he plays. He might be our. I was talking to someone about it on socials as well, where he might be that big key forward that we've been crying out for, and can chop out in the ruck as well. Like Melbourne do it really well, where they have Gawn and Luke Jackson goes into the forward line, and look at it. Cameron, I wouldn't take Cox out of the game, not now, with the way he's playing. If anything, you'd take Cameron out because you wouldn't play so many.
Yeah, you're right. And because Cox is faster. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'd have
Cox is more mobile. Cox is more mobile around the ground. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd have him rucking more of the game than I'd have Grundy, because Grundy kicked. What did he kick against? Was it the semi-final against West Coast, or a game against West Coast where he just went forward and kicked like 3 goals or something and was clunking marks? So I think I'd have Grundy as our big key, as our key forward in a sense.
What about the coach, bro? What do you think of the coach?
I love him. I love him to bits. I see my dad every single day, but this guy here, who I've never met, is like my second dad. He's just that type of guy where you just want to get around him, and everything he says, you're just like it's like you're just I don't know. It's just
mesmerized. Yeah, he's full on, bro. All right, bro. Well, you know what? Good to see you, bro. Love your work, right? We've got 6 weeks. We've got 6 weeks until Grundy comes back. Well, then we'll know where we stand on the ladder. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly right. Well,
we'll have a break. We'll have a break this week, and then GWS, mate, is going to be fucking on. I'm going to go wrong with it.
Fuck them up. Yeah, Manny.
See you, Brian.
Bye. Bye. Woof! I love Manny so much. Gets me up and going. Hey, Manny, if you're still listening, maybe I'll fucking come up to Adelaide to watch the price take on Adelaide with you. Maybe if I can sort out some cash money. All right. Anyway, let's. Yeah, oh, yeah. Look here, Grundy play like the full forward we need. Yeah. Coxhill overgone. There was a couple more that said, well, Jason Tatum's burn. I said Grundy couldn't even tie Gorn's shoelace. Well, Grundy can't even, really move his legs, so he can't really tie his own shoelaces at the moment, you idiot. Rick says, when Grundy comes back, he must play as a key forward and chop out Cox in the ruck. Cox is flourishing, being able to move around the ground. Exactly right. Cox was taking marks in the back line. And look, I love Cameron. I love what Cameron has done. But I think that Grundy takes over Cameron. I'm going to give you this. Sorry, I just drank so much coffee so quickly. You got the burps. I'm going to put that link in there, so jump in. We'll get someone else on. Magpie Army, you good to go? Give me a thumbs up if you're good to go. Beauty. Hey, you on, mate?
I'm all right. Swoop, yourself?
Yeah, not too bad, man. Thereabouts. What's going on?
Well, firstly, I've just been acting on my Nuffy activities. I've got my fucking book here, my season notes and everything. I don't know. You guys can't read the writing, but I've got a book full of it.
Old school notes, man.
Oh, no, I'm psychotic. I need a hobby outside this. Firstly, we compare this season so far to last season. We're in a great spot. We've got United Club, coach, board, president, coaching staff, everything, compared to last year when we had none of that. So that's already a massive tick. 8-5, 4-9 this stage last year. Big tick again. Yep. Scoring. We have scored 206 extra points on from last year. 910 at this stage, 1,116 at this stage. What a start.
Pretty good.
Scored five games, scored under 60 points last year, or 60 or under, 5 games. Done it once so far this year, coincidentally against the Dogs like last year. So we're doing well. We're way ahead of the books where fans expected to be, where the competition expected us to be. It'd be pretty bad for us not to make finals now, considering the run home.
Yeah, I get what you say. But would it though? Like we had everyone saying that, we were going to go 0-6 to start the season. We were going to finish. Robbo from the Herald Sun said we were going to finish bottom of the ladder, bottom 4.
Robert.
People are saying, Collingwood's made a bad, choice giving away their picks and all this because they're just going to get another bottom 4 pick. So I think that, look, it would be from a one-eyed supporter perspective, I guess, it would be disappointing not to make finals, seeing as we're playing so well. But like what Manny said, seeing what we've seen to be able to play the games that we're playing, and even just push for a spot that's higher than I had us finishing 13th. So pushing for a spot that's higher than 13th for me personally is great. We could finish 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, even 14th, and I would be happy. But a part of me goes, shit, we could have probably made finals because we do have, you're right, a good run home. And I can see what you're saying, but I don't think we can. And a lot of people are saying it and stuff. I just don't think we can rest on if we don't make finals. It's not a season failure, if you know what I mean.
It's definitely not that. But I think from an internal point of view or an external point of view as well, where we're sitting at the moment, we're 8-5, we're in the 8. We probably should realistically be 9-4 given the West Coast game. But the run we've got home, you look at it, Giants MCG, I reckon that's going to be a mouth-watering clash because Giants playing great footy under McVeigh.
Yeah.
Suns at Metricon should win. Roos at the Edge, got to use that as a percentage boost. Crom at Adelaide Oval, going to be 50-50. Dons at the G, Power at the G, D's at the G, Swans at the SCG, and finish with the Blues at the G. So a very nice run home. Potential, I've read in the comments before you jumped on, potentially a 10-0 finish to the season? Probably not. But regardless of what happens, this season's already been a massive success because we've ticked every box so far. Like, you got games in the kids, done. They're developing well, done. More wins than last year, done. Clubs together again, done. The fact you're saying 2011 season, we're playing like that, 100%. If you don't believe us, go to YouTube, search up Collingwood 2011 full matches. I know the early matches, Port Adelaide, North Melbourne are there, Carlton's there. Ignore the Geelong games. No one wants to watch them.
No one wants to watch those again. Yeah.
Yeah, none of them. Fuck that. What else is off the top of my head? Fuck.
The Adelaide game was 2011 as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, that Adelaide. That not the 11 in a row final quarter. That one, yes. That was a good game.
Look, yeah, like it's just, you know, and I know that 2011 we had obviously a premiership team because that's what they were, and we were touted to go back to back. And you know, I'm not saying that because you know, a couple of people on Twitter and stuff. It always comes back to Twitter. You know, like it's not that I'm saying that we're going to play off in the grand final this year. I'm saying that this is such exciting football. And even in 2018, when we were winning games and were making the grand final, the football, it looked good. It looked good when it was looking good. But I feel like this one's way more consistent. And I haven't had this much fun. Even if we're losing, we're still playing good football. And I think that's a good test to, a testament to the club and to Fly and the coaches, where even if we're losing, we're still fighting. We're still trying to win, even if we're 60 points down. Look at that Brisbane game that we played earlier this season. Only lost by a couple of goals, where that could have blown out so easily, but we just kept fighting, and we could have won, but we probably weren't going to win anyway. But to see them not give up and to see them keep going is exactly what you want to see in a club, and that it makes the losses suck, but it makes them a little bit easier when you see the fight that the boys bring.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Oh, you're killing me, by the way, Swoop, because I'm Legends member just like you. I come up at halftime or a little bit before halftime, so I'm like coming to see you, and I can't fucking find you. You're fucking killing me, Swoop. Like, I love our chat.
So I'm at
yeah, because you're up on level 2, I think.
I'm level 2, so I'll be at N13 or N12 is where me and Dad usually sit. Then when it's an away game, it's where we sat on top of the cheer squad at away games on level 2. So I think it's N33 or something crazy like that. But yeah, just message me next time. I get so many messages throughout the game that I sometimes I can't even check them all. So
yeah, exactly. So I'm like, I won't message you because I know you get that fucking much. So I'll just like come up try and annoy you a bit.
Yeah, no, come up, jump on a vlog as well. It'll be fun.
Yeah, because I'm what is it? Away games. I'm N30. I'm M30. So level 1 down, 2 bays across from the cheer squad. I actually sit in front of all the wags and that. Like I was sat in front of Crispy's wife, Pendle's wife, Quayner's girlfriend. Sorry, Isaac, if you see I was bullying you the Richmond game when she was behind me. Sorry. And M20 home games, I actually got a massive stitch up from Collingwood this week because I was next to the slide. That's where my seats were.
Yep.
I couldn't get work off, so I had to go to work instead and missed the whole game, which and so like I'm at work and I get an email from Collingwood during the week saying, oh, hey, just a reminder, you're next to the slide in the pre-match entertainment, so make sure you get in early. Never in my life have I wanted to just cry so much because this year I've missed our 2 best games. I missed Carlton through COVID and I've missed the D's through work.
But that's tough.
Yeah, I've had a tough season so far.
But look, we play a lot of games in Melbourne the next half of the season, so I'm sure you'll be at all those. Surely you put tell work that you can't work on the days that we're playing?
I wouldn't put it. Trust me, I swear sometimes that place doesn't run without me, but that's not that combo. It's mid-season review. We're going beautifully. We're going to absolutely kick ass. We're 4-2 against sides in the 8. We're better than 2018. We only beat Melbourne back then through the whole season. We're doing good. We're going to kick ass in the back half of the season.
Love it. Thank you, mother.
See
Have a
you,
good
Swoop.
one. See you, brother.
Too.
Bye. Bye. All right. So we got some Blue Award fans in the chat, which is pretty fun. Thank you for the engagement and driving up my views and stuff. I really appreciate it. All right, we're going to get on Ultimate Greatness. Thumbs up when you're ready to go, brother. Too easy.
Hey,
how you going, bro?
Oh man, it's actually been a while. I don't think I've been on this year actually. But
No,
yeah, happy to be on and
I haven't.
yeah.
I've only done. I think this is my. I think this is my second one for the year. So, like I said to Manny, because I live so far out, when it's a 7:50 game, it finishes at 11 o'clock. I'm home by midnight. I just want to go to sleep as well. So I can't.
I mean, yeah, I'd probably be the same to be honest. But no, like Colin is traveling pretty well at the moment. Like, don't really have many criticisms really at all. And yeah, just with how we're traveling, like we're obviously very young, so we've obviously got a lot of future ahead of us. And the fact that we're playing as well as we are, like it's just absolutely amazing because not only are we good now, but some of those guys are going to be there for 12, 15 years. So, and then with the people that we have at the club, with Graham Wright, Derek Hine, and not even mentioning the coaches, like we're going to bring in a lot of talent. And I mean, I said it last year or the last off season that we've got a flag in 2024, and I think at the time when I said it, it was something where it's like, yeah, I think it'll get there. But like I was umming and ahhing. Now, especially in the last few months, now it's getting to the point where it's like I know like a premiership's coming in 2024. That's how confident I actually am.
Yeah.
You just see it, like there's just so many players, and you can see like where the development is heading. I don't think we'll actually see the full evolution of like Ollie Henry, because again, I can very easily see him, because we've seen him move like Pendlebury. So if he builds up a tank, what's the chances of him not next year or maybe the year after, but in 3-4 years time he builds up a tank, and actually because he moves like Pendlebury, why don't we put him in the midfield? Have him in the midfield, go forward. I've said, I think I said it last year, but I'm not entirely sure that, Caleb Poulter and Bray McCreery are the next Swanee and Pendles.
Yeah, you've been talking. I remember you talked a lot about Caleb Poulter last year. You love him.
Yeah, there's just a heap of them that you can just look at, and you can just see. You can see just a lot of growth from like even like guys in the VFL like Finlay McRae, like he's basically has the toughness of Taylor Adams, but then the poise and skills of Sidebottom. Like, I mean, who doesn't want that? Yeah. I mean, and I've been saying it a fair bit this week. I still think I think the Melbourne game we had on Monday, it was the catalyst of us, whether we were going to make top 4 or not. And now, I don't see us losing anything. I'd be shocked if we lose them more than 3 games for the rest of the year.
So you think we're a top 4? Do you think we're how we are now and with our
it's 4th? Like it's not like I'm saying top, 2nd, or 3rd. It's 4th, but we'll definitely get it.
Yeah. But still top 4. 4th.
Yeah. Because if you look at our run home, excluding Hawthorn, we're playing teams for the first 6 weeks. We're playing teams in between 11th and 17th, excluding Hawthorn in that. So obviously you would think that with how we've just beaten Melbourne, coming off a bye, we're going to be somewhat rested. The other thing I like too is just how nimble McRae has been, like Fly has been, just in terms of moving players around, but not just moving players around just to move them around. So I think I can't remember where I heard it, but I definitely heard him say that he's going to look at rotating a lot of the kids coming through. So maybe Dacos might get a spell here and there. So I can definitely, see us like, going forward and maybe giving Dacos a rest for a week, or, maybe someone like a Bo, even though Bo's like last 2 or 3 weeks have been really good.
They have, yeah.
And
Like he's come back from an
and,
injury
and
or something.
yeah, but also as well, and I don't know, maybe I'm just crazy in this. Like, I really thought Bo looked a lot more like fitter on Monday. I don't know if that's
He
just
did.
me.
No.
Okay, there you go. So I'm just crazy for other reasons. That's cool.
Yeah. No, we all are, man. It's all good.
Yeah, but no. So like, and then there's that. So, and even so too. Like, I saw Bo like getting some ball off half back. So, again, his development to be that midfielder, of a Dane Swan type of, quality. I can definitely see that happening. God, there's just so many. And then we've also got a lot of like VFL players. Like Begg is going to be amazing when he comes through, because you just see that talent. Like, he may not give you those stats right now, but that's not something that you should be demanding out of him right now, because his body is very lean. It's going to take him a while to build that up. But like I really would. As I said, I'm. Like, I remember originally predicting it, around last year that we were going to win it, and it was sort of like I believed at the time, but it was a thing of like, it was such a long shot prediction. Where now it's like, no, I know we're going to win one in 2024 with, drafts, the free agencies and trades and stuff. Like, you're seeing Sam Wiedemann playing VFL. Like, there's every chance we could pick him up with a 3rd round pick. That's going to be awesome for us going forward.
So look, I want to come back on the and you make some really good points, and we love that. We love when you jump on. We talked about the top 4, and I think it was Liam that brought it up, and what's we've seen, and Liam just said it again. We've seen Collingwood at their best when we're playing. Melbourne, I think, was one of our, even though we kicked ourselves pretty much out of it for a good portion of the game. I think that was one of our best games of the season, just with the way we were playing. We saw one of the worst games of the season with the Doggies. I don't even think West Coast was a bad game. We just were unlucky, right? No, what team kicked 14-3? You know what I mean? But look, I just want to say, what would, if you're banking, not banking, but you're saying that we're going to finish 4th, right? And that's awesome. Like, I would love that. Yeah. What is your head telling you, and not your heart? Because my heart says we can win the Premiership this year, but my head's saying
so that's No, my heart's definitely saying like, fuck it, why not? Like, let's go all the way. But no, my head is I'm really eyeing off that prelim, and not winning a prelim, but finishing at a prelim. So basically getting there and then losing to whoever's. I'm
genuinely adamant that not even top 4. You think we're gonna go?
No, I reckon we'll win two games of finals.
That is. So I'll tell you right now, in front of this 81 people, and this will go live. This will get printed on YouTube. If we win 2 finals, I'll give you $250.
Oh, well, there you go. I'm gonna have $250 in a few months.
Because I'll be happy. I'll happily take. It's $125 a final, so I'll happily take that if we win. So that's how because I just love the confidence, and I love that, because you're very I've had you on a bunch of times, probably over half a dozen times. You're very pragmatic in the way that you think, and you're very analytical. And for you to be so confident in saying 2 final wins, I'll give you $250 if we make 2 finals.
This is a saying I haven't said in a while too, but you know how we've been saying how I think it's a prediction of us, making the prelim. I just got to say one thing: it ain't a prediction; it's a spoiler.
Oh, my man's seeing the future.
No, I'm that damn confident. You don't, and I'll say this here: you don't beat teams like Fremantle, you don't beat teams like Melbourne, you don't. As much as I hate to say it, because we do have to give credit. Carlton are a good side. You don't beat Carlton. You don't become competitive with Geelong And to be fair, we should have won that. We don't. And as close as we were against Brisbane too, we've got to also acknowledge that as well. You don't do that by just rocking up and just, casually playing football. Like, you do that by being a damn good side. In fact, it was one of those things where actually when basically Manny came on, like every single thing he was saying was exactly what I was actually going to say. It's just that, he's the shotgun version where it's just short to the point, where I'm the essay version where, well, I thought I nearly said essay then, but essay version where I'll do the 100 page document why we're going to do it. So obviously, so a bit of diversity in terms of the content. So you got your 10-second TikTokers, and then you got your essays. So
essay YouTubers. Liam just asked, Swoop, can you ask Ultimate Greatness how he views the West Coast GWS game, given that they're a great side again? McVeigh has got them playing good football. We saw, obviously what they did to Melbourne, North Melbourne, and North Melbourne, but GWS were breaking lines. I think Canelio kicked 3 goals. I think Kelly kicked a couple. So, and they're playing that fast football again that GWS have been synonymous for, and they are our biggest bogey side of the last few years.
And I'll put it and I'll say it as quickly as this. A lot of the things that we've had previously, a lot of it's had to do with, I believe, has had a lot to do with Buckley. So obviously our former coach, just the way he goes about things. And, I'm a massive advocate for, mental health and just how people can just go through, society and the world and how they perceive things and things like that. So when it comes to the way the Bucks had coached previously, obviously I'm not going to know because I'm not inside the walls, but it's just, you can just tell by the vibes that you get from the coach, the players, and just the people inside the club. The whole military background that Buckley had, and the whole, it's you either succeed or you don't. So it's either 100% or 0%. There is no in between. Yeah. I feel like that had a massive toll on the players from an emotional and also mental level. You see a lot of players go through a lot. Like, for an example, and I have mentioned it a lot on Twitter through like comments and things like that, where, and I know this for a fact because, I spoke with him at the VFL and stuff because he was there in the moon boot and everything. But like, when I spoke to Nathan Murphy, like mentally and emotionally, he was shot. Like I just thought, like, if he's not playing an AFL game this year, he's done. Like, and it was just the way he was talking. There was times where I'd go up and, want to, get like, not that I got the autograph or anything like that, but, ask for autographs and things like that. And just the reactions he would have, like, oh, make sure this guy signs it because he's a player that's actually good. Like, it's just little things like that where you just go, oh, okay, that's a bit, that's definitely something that's a bit like sort of concerning. But now you see him play, you see him get his confidence up. I feel like when it comes to someone like Buckley, I think you have guys like your Murphys of the world that just don't make it. And I think, it definitely shows, like, the fact that we know Flyers resume of, being a teacher and going through all the football systems that he's been through. And they're not, like, football systems that, were bottom 4 every year. Like, these are some seriously good teams. Like, he played at Brisbane. Then once he finished at Brisbane, he was a school teacher for, I believe, 2 years. Then he was, I believe, he came to Collingwood when we were successful. And then what was it, Hawthorn, then Richmond. Like, like, you couldn't have picked like better sides to. So it's like if you
on the Lee Matthews as well. So
and it's like it's one of those things where it's like, obviously, your talent is your talent, but if you're gonna, even just from someone on the outside looking in, you can't look at that and go, okay, this person's just not going to know anything about football. Like, you just it's just it's like when everyone's like drinking the Kool-Aid. So if everyone in the company is drinking the same Kool-Aid, it's infecting everybody within the club. So if he's gone to all these clubs, And I don't know why I said Kool-Aid because that's the American version, but like the cordial and shit like that. If he's drinking all the cordials from all these different teams, it's a weird analogy, I know, but
Yeah, I know.
he's literally he's picking out everything and going, I like that, I don't, but I like that, and that I absolutely hate. Get rid of that.
Yeah.
It's sort of, and then it's his own concoction of his own. I don't know why it's turned into a cordial.
No, I know.
Conversation,
I know
but yeah,
he's building a Power Rangers Megazord of
pretty much. But
of-
it's of tactics and of the way to play the game of football, and I think as well too, like obviously it's obvious that we don't have a lot of key position depth, even though Cox and Cameron and a lot of the guys are starting to play very good football. But this year in the next upcoming draft, there's a heap of key position talents, and for a team for a club that's been infamous for not valuing or not putting a high price tag on key position talent, like that's going to be massive for us going forward. Like if we get 2 or 3 key position players out of the draft, or even if we just go and get guys through free agencies, like I believe there was a report we've already made an offer to McStay.
Yeah,
I mean, I just said Sam Wiedemann's still chilling in the VFL, like being picked over Ben Brown. Not Ben Brown, Mitch Brown. I don't know what Sam Wiedemann is like, but I'd be pissed if I was of his talent and Mitch Brown's getting a game ahead of me. So
definitely, man. UG, we love what you're saying, man. As always, thanks for the chat. I'm going to grab a couple more boys on.
Right, all good.
In the comments, we love it, and we'll definitely catch up on another live soon, brother.
All right, all good. Expecting the 250.
Done. It's yours.
All right,
see you,
all
man.
good. All right, see ya. Bye.
Damn, this chat is going nuts. Ben still hasn't jumped on. Just FYI, it's crazy. I think we got to get rid of the term keyboard warrior because they're not really warriors, they're keyboard cowards. But it's giving me engagement and it's giving lots of comments that just ups the views and it's fun. Lockie, you good to go, man? I saw you just jump on. Let's do it. Oh, my boy Lockie.
Lukey.
Hey, mate.
Good, mate. Very well. How are you?
Yeah, good, mate. Good. Tell me.
Long time no speak.
Yeah, it's been a while. Tell me, this first half of the season, how have you seen it? What's going on?
Absolutely wrapped, mate. As I'm sure everyone is, I just jumped on. I didn't even know you were on. I literally just clicked on YouTube and I saw you were streaming, so I thought I'd jump in and have a chat with you.
Thanks, man.
Just completely exceeded all our expectations, eh? I mean, if you had told me halfway through the year going into the bye we'd beat Freo, Hawthorn, I think, are a really, really good side. Melbourne, Carlton. Jeez, man, I would have even if you said it to me 10 weeks ago, that we'd be beating Melbourne. I wouldn't have believed that for a second, mate. It's been absolutely unreal, and I've been really, really impressed with the way the boys have gone about it. I mean, look at just the energy is superb. And some players have really shown their quality. I mean, me, I'm pretty vocal on Twitter, and there were guys that I definitely had written off, I think. And I'll admit I was so wrong about some of them. John Noble. I mean,
there was and that we saw that a lot. And I was kind of on that. I don't know if it was you that tweeted it or one of the other guys that we usually talk to on Twitter. But someone said John Noble does one John Noble's thing a game. Was that you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he just does one.
No,
thing.
I reckon it was.
I think it was Kyle.
Yeah, it might have been.
Kyle just says he does one John Noble thing a game, and every time he does something, I always say it. But he has blown me away for a mid-season recruit. He has just blown me to smithereens.
Yeah, for sure. And there's just so many positives there. I mean, Steel Sidebottom did such a good job on the weekend. Mason Cox obviously goes without saying. And there's still players to come in that we haven't seen yet that I'm really excited about. I'm a big fan of Ash Johnson. So I'm really looking forward to seeing get in there. But, I mean, I remember saying to you last year, around this time of the season, every time a young kid has a breakout game, it's worth it when we lose. Now, these kids have gone from having one breakout game every couple of weeks to performing on a consistent basis every single week, and it's so good to see. I mean, Ollie Henry in the clutch moments, Jack Ginnivan, obviously. It's just, mate, I'm wrapped. I mean, I wouldn't have minded finishing a bit lower on the ladder because, I'm a bit greedy with picks and I want talent, but at the same time, mate, if we can make the 8, who knows what can happen? I mean, if we make it, go on.
No, sorry, just my laptop's about to die, so I've got to just charge it.
No, go.
And that's the no, beautiful. All right, it's in. Yeah, and that's the thing as well. Like, we got to give credit to, and Buckley came out a couple of weeks ago and said it, where, when he played Ollie Henry in that first game, and Ollie Henry just got smacked around. But then they started putting games into him later on the season, and then Harvey did it as well, and Caleb Poulter and Finlay McCreery. We've got to give credit to them because Buckley knew that his time was up, and so did Harvey. Harvey was never going to get the job after that second half of the season. But so for them to keep playing the kids, and obviously it was a directive by the club to keep playing him as well. Ollie Henry doesn't have the breakout season that he's had this year if this was his debut year.
No, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then, like some of the older guys, I mean, Jack Crisp is in unreal form. And one guy who, he is rightly so, has copped a lot of slack, Geordie DeGoey, has been quality this year. I mean, I've loved watching him play. Every time he gets the ball, I'm on the edge of my chair. And I put out a tweet yesterday talking about how important he is to our transition through the midfield. I think Jack Crisp is another one that's really good at it. But when you see our handball chains and they're so, so quick and so strong, Geordie's always in the right spot and he's always kind of on the end of it. And when he gets the ball and we're going inside 50, we look good. I mean, 9 times out of 10. I think there's a couple players in there that can play that role. You look at Nick Dacos in a couple of years, that's going to probably be him. Geordie DeGoey can do it. Crispy can do it. So, we're in a good spot, mate. And I think we need a few things to go to the next level, which is what I was going to ask you. What do you think we need to go to that next level and make that real big jump for that finals contention? But look, for where we are right now, brilliant. Yeah. Brilliant.
100%. And like you said, we've come from the clouds to play. Look, and I kind of knew, and I think we all knew that we weren't finished 17th last year. We knew that we weren't a 17th place team. It was just bad game plan, and we had a bunch of injuries and stuff like that. We weren't a 17th team, albeit we did finish 17th, but we were always going to be better than that with the talent that we have and the senior heads that we have. Look, I think it's easy to say that to take us to the next level, we need a key forward, but I think that our forward line has been working really well because we're kicking a really big score. So I think that to take us to that next level, we need a fullback more than we need a key forward.
You reckon?
Because 100%. Look, Nathan Kruger is probably not the big key forward that we really need. Like he's not like the Jeremy Cameron type. He's not going to be that.
Yeah, of course. Or the Tom Lynch, or
forward. Yeah, and Mychek's still relatively young in footballing terms, so he'll still be there. But I said it before at the start, but you just jumped on, where Nathan Murphy down back helps us out a lot.
100%.
It lets Darcy Moore and Jeremy Howe play a little bit more to their game. But you saw, and I've been saying this since I probably started this channel, where Jeremy Howe isn't a one-on-one defender, and you see him get bodied by Luke Jackson twice yesterday. And Luke Jackson is so much taller than him as well. But we do need someone that is going to play. If we have Roughhead at full tilt in that Geelong game, we don't lose that game. There's no way. Cameron Hawkins kicked fucking 9 goals in that last quarter if we have a proper fullback and it's not Darcy Moore, Jeremy Howe, and Braden Maynard defend those guys. So I think that Sam, I really like. Is it Sam Collins from the Gold Coast? I think and Sam Taylor from GWS. Or it's those two young guys that you could kind of build a club.
I get. I see. Like our spine definitely needs a bit of strengthening. But like from what I've heard internally, they really rate Charlie Dean as well.
Yeah.
They really rate him internally, so I wouldn't be surprised. And look, from what I've heard, he's really good. So he could be the solution that we've already got. I mean, we've got a bit of a specialty with those rookie drafts and whatnot. We've got some gems out of those recruitment periods. So hopefully he can come in and do something. For me, I mean, looking at solutions that we can get right now, I heard you speaking to Sean about it before. I'd love to see Dan McStay. I know a lot of people aren't a fan of McStay, but I feel like if he came to Collingwood and he'd be the main man at Collingwood, and Checkers
number one.
He'd be number one, yeah, for sure. Because Checkers is not only number one because we've got no one else. Yeah. If Dan McStay came in, he would be the man, and I think he would do a great job. I really like the way he plays. So again, there's options around. I think we do need a draft. Well, they say this draft is key position, so we need to really go in strong and really identify who we want and see what we can get. Because we just picked up another midfielder, Josh Carmichael. So we just need some tools. We need some tools.
We do, and our injury list is just full of them. Unfortunately, what do you think about talking about tools? And me and Manny talked about it a little bit. What do you think about Brodie Grundy, where he fits coming back?
This is a tough one. Because I love Broads. I really do. And I thought his last quarter against Essendon playing through that injury was superb and really showed what he can do. But, it's been widely reported that, you look at the premiership sides in the last decade, the ruckmen aren't the main man. Like Toby Nankervis is a great player. He's a serviceman. He's a bit like Darcy Cameron in a sense. If I was Collingwood, if I was in the decision-making process, I'd be looking at that. This is a big decision that we have to make. If Adelaide put something on the table for him, I'd be considering it. I'd love him to come back in, but you got Beggy there, you got Cox who's playing really well. You're going to play another year, but Darcy Cameron, I mean, he's been phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Yeah, I was I was really on the Cox over Cameron bandwagon, but as soon as after that Essendon game, and then the next game after that, I think it was the Gold Coast game where Cameron just came in against Wits. I think he hasn't really looked back, but I'm glad we're not on that selection committee, because it's going to be so hard in however long it is, 6-7 weeks when Grundy comes back. I'd even if Cameron and Cox are still playing the level that they are playing now, you could even run Grundy through the VFL just to kind of get him up, which they probably will because of his. Don't
have to rush him, especially if we look like we're going to play finals as well.
Exactly right.
Like he's definitely. I see some comments here. A couple of people saying he could play as a full-time key forward. He hasn't. At his best, he's better than the other options. That is true. He's absolutely better than the options that we have. But do we want to be spending $1 million a year on a top-tier ruckman? Now, this is the question that you have to ask. And is he dynamic enough to play as a full-time key forward? Personally, I don't think so.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust him as a full-time key forward. But we've seen weirder things in the AFL where one thing. Could you just imagine a team, and you probably wouldn't play Cameron as well as Grundy in the same team with Cox and Mychek, but they'd be hard pressed. Any defender would be hard pressed to man up on a Grundy and then on Cox chopping out, because they're always going to get. Let's say in this sort of multiverse, Grundy is a pretty good forward. He probably would get a Jacob Wiedering,
absolutely.
Not going to get
and in a one-on-one, Luke, when the ball's kicked on his head, I think he'd be a bit like Clokey. He'd be strong as anything. He'd throw anyone off him because he's tough as.
He's hitting PBs in the gym now, upper body PBs.
Yeah, no, that's true. But if it's a hitter, I don't know. I don't think he's as good as. He's definitely not going to be as good as your Camerons, your Lynches, your Rewalts. Like, I just don't know if he's got that. That burst of speed, to take off and take marks on the lead. But, we'll see. We'll see. Stranger things have happened, as you said.
Stranger things have happened. Lockie, thanks for jumping on, man. I appreciate
Pleasure, mate. Good to speak to you.
All right, have a good one,
Good
bro.
to
I'll
see
talk to you
so many
later.
people in the chat as well. Take it easy.
Yeah, it's good. I might have to do this a little bit more often. All right, mate. See you, bud.
I reckon. See you, mate. Take it easy.
See you, mate. Bye. Bye. All right. You guys have wondered it for a while. I don't know. I'm not really paying attention to the chats as much. But I've got. Am I pronouncing this right? Is it just Nita? Nita. All right. It's. I don't know what's happening. So Nita's going to be the last person we jump on because I've been gone for an hour and I need another coffee and I need to go to sleep. So Nita, you ready to go? I don't know what the hell is going on. I feel like this. I feel like it's a spy. I feel like he's a Carlton supporter. But let's jump in on anyway.
Yo,
what's going on?
Yo, what's up?
What's up? What's going on?
No, not much. How are you?
What's up? What do you want to say? What do you want to say?
What do you want to talk about?
You got 100 people. You got 100 people watching you right now. What do you want to say?
Pressure, man. Pressure.
Come on, man. You got 100 people watching you. Let's go. What do you want to say, big man? Let's go. Come on.
Ben.
Who do you follow? Who do you follow?
Oh, Pies.
Because it's not Collingwood. It's not Collingwood.
No. It is. I swear to God, it's Pies.
It is?
Yeah.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
How do you think we've gone this season?
I was doing all right. Better than what I thought. Better than all right.
Yeah. Who's your favorite Collingwood player?
Elliot.
Elliot?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what else? What else do you want to say, man?
Oh, we're better than Carlton. Better than Freo.
Yeah,
better than Tigers.
Yep.
Like by 2022, 2023, 2024.
He's going for the 3 premierships.
More than 3, man. 4.
Nice, man. Nice. Oh, that's good, man. You're enjoying your 15 minutes of fame. It's good. Checking yourself out on the cam. You enjoying that, brother?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, get Bet on. Can we get Bet on?
He's not in the chat.
Oh.
He's not in there. I told you he's a keyboard coward, man.
He said if I get on, he'll get on. So I got on.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, these guys just talk a big game and they're really look, I'm small, but these guys are smaller than me. So that's my mentality is I might be small in stature, but I've got a big mentality. These guys have got they got small dick energy. That's what these guys have got.
Mm-hmm.
So Ben, if you're listening, enjoy it, brother. Anyway, Nita, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it.
Shout out to my boy Twitch.
Yeah, shout out to Twitch. Ben's in the
Jack
chat.
Ben Jabir. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Nita. Have a good one, man.
Yeah.
See you, mate. All right. You know what? We're just gonna. We need a palate cleanse now before we finish this off. Kev, you ready to go? You're just gonna give me quick fire Collingwood shit. Let's go.
Hey, man.
Give it to us, Kev. Quick fire. How is this season going?
Fucking good, telling you. Except for the West Coast loss and the Geelong loss, which we should have won. Other than that, we're doing pretty good. And I'll say this, right? Fuck Carlton, right? We're going to win 7 of our last 2 games. The only losses I can see happening is the Giants and potentially Sydney. And I know Sean says we'll go make a prelim. Even though I had Melbourne in the grand final, I think we'll be in the grand final, potential win a premiership this year.
You always get me into trouble because everyone's going to clip this, put it on Twitter, and then I'm going to get fucking yelled at by a Carlton.
No. They can come at me, right? and look, they're playing very good, but with Richmond, with no leader in, they've got Lynch and Rero. It's different to how Essendon have. They only got Peter Wright up as the main forward. It's not like you got 2 key forwards that you have to worry about, or 3. So injuries, the worst injuries are Jacob Wiedering. And just like in May, my workmates, I said this to them as well. We'll beat Melbourne because May's not there. And as a result, I was right because Stephen May cost his team.
Yeah, he did. So what do you think about so you said grand final. So where did you have us finishing at the start of the season?
11th on the ladder.
That's pretty good. Yep.
pushing towards finals or making finals.
Yeah.
Because we know we're not that bad. Like, we never had 2 years in a row as a bad season. Maybe under Buckley, yes, but not with Malthouse. Like, we've had maybe 1 or 2, then we jumped up straight into finals. But this team is humming, and we fly at the moment. The way that he's playing Cox, the way he's playing Cameron as well, this is much better. And we need someone like Cox taking marks in defence and help in supporting our defence like Cameron has, and also just to get the hit outs as well. Because he looked very good against Fremantle as well before he got injured. He was dominating the rock. If he didn't get injured, he would have played a perfect game.
No, I agree, man. It's a bit of a it's a bit of a weird one. Anything could happen. It could be really crazy season, or it could be a really good season. So we're gonna see. We are going to see. Kev,
I reckon top 4, and unlike Carlton, we've been 4 top 8 teams. How many Carlton's won? 1. That's it. So they can't talk shit.
All right. You've heard fighting words from
Calm
Kev.
the pies.
Calm the pies. Up the max. Thanks, Kev. Have a good one.
All right. Yeah, you see, man. Bye.
Hey, mate. Bye.
Yeah.
All right. I've got one more person that's been in there for a while, so I'm gonna get them in. Can you turn your video on or nah? Actually, let's just get him in anyway. Shannon.
Yo, what's up?
What's going on? Yeah, I've got a bit of a backlog to get through. How you going?
Oh, very well. Just experiencing some heart problems.
Oh no, that's no good. I'm sorry to hear about that. That's shit house.
But I'm feeling much better. Recovered.
Oh, that's good.
Pretty fine.
That's good. Are you a Collingwood supporter?
I'm a West Coast supporter.
Oh, interesting. What have you what do you want to chat about?
We first you in the 2018 grand final.
Yeah.
And if it weren't for Dom Sheed, we would have lost.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. What's is that all you want to come on and say? You want to remind me of Dom Sheed?
Well, this week has been a bit interesting. Well, the fixture changes and all.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's
crazy.
It is. No, it is. It's how do you think West Coast are going to go for the rest of the season? I know you guys aren't doing too well. Obviously, you're down the bottom of the ladder, but do you think there's a little bit of improvement coming?
Hopefully there'll be some improvement in the next coming weeks. Well, we did pick up John Cully in the mid-season draft.
Yeah, he got a nice little number one
talent
there. Yeah, he looks really, really good. I can't wait to see him play and see how he goes.
Dangerous.
Pardon?
Dangerous. Cully can be a very dangerous player.
Yeah, he can. Hopefully he will be a very dangerous player for you guys. Look, Shannon,
this week. Yeah, you got to buy this week.
Yeah, no one this week, and we might be able to hopefully beat the bye this week and
you're in the
come
8
back
for now. But if Richmond or something like that can win, they can just take the 8th spot away.
Yeah, that's what happens when everyone's got a bye. We'll know about round 17, 18 where everyone kind of sits. Shannon, thanks for jumping on. I hope you start feeling better soon, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Yeah, you too.
See ya. Bye. Alrighty. So that was it. That was West Coast supporters finish off the the game. Ben's not on. Ben hasn't been on this chat. He's not in here. I can see it. He's not on there. God. Oh, my God. He's not there. His little keyboard fucking coward. Small dick energy from Ben. Small dick energy from Ben. Small dick energy from Ben. Anyway, guys, thank you for jumping on. We're going to do this a couple more times before the season ends. We'll maybe do one once a week or once a fortnight. But until then, I got some shit coming out really soon. So jump on my Instagram. I'll probably drop it tomorrow. But until then, like, comment, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets. Double shackers. Love you all. Swoop you later.